Let's focus on the topic of safety. Safety is a very, very important topic. We all know it is not true the way which sometimes people comment natural medicine. They say, if it doesn't help, it won't harm. It's not true. And you see, let us focus. What is harmful in natural medicine? I think it's easy to start. There are toxic plants. There are plants which have really toxic roots or flowers and so. Not every plant is harmless. So the first thing which we really shall focus and to study and to confront us with other experts is in the identification of plant. Which plant we really have in our hands. Sometimes two plants look very similar, but they are not the same. And one is probably toxic, the other is not. The toxicity is not always so strong. Sometimes a little bit, sometimes moderate, and sometimes really. So therefore, the identification of plants is so basic. We really need to study the books. We really need time to identify, to clarify in the books, not only on your cell phone with the automatic app which is identifying plants. It can be help to do it, but don't trust completely to such an app. It can be helpful, but go to the books, study really botanic. And if you are not sure, hands off of this plant. Don't experiment with a plant which you don't know really. We shall produce natural remedies which plant which are really identified each by each, and we really have study and where we have already documentation of other experiences. Plants which we don't know, but maybe we are inspired of them, they look like, or probably they are new to us, or people have told they are good and so, but we don't know them. Hands off, they are still to study. So the identification of a plant is so vital. Second, create a list of toxic plants which grow in your environment. In every place we have toxic plants. We have to know them. If we use them or don't use them, you have to know this is a toxic plant, this is a toxic mushroom, and so on. The toxic plants, we have to know them. They are among us, they are living with us, these plants. We have to know them. We don't have to eradicate them, to throw them away, because let's say some red berries which are toxic here in our bushes, they are food for birds. The birds, they like them, and they are not toxic for the birds, but they're toxic for us. Or we have bushes with beautiful flowers. They are so nice, but already their smell is a little bit toxic. We don't harvest them and bring them into the house for beauty. So make a map from your environment and sign the places where you found the toxic plants and just get to know them. It is an important family of plants, and we have to know them that we really can distinguish which is which. And then we have some plants which are very, very similar to each other. They really take time to study carefully, to distinguish them perfectly, so that we are not creating a medicine and by error we had a toxic medicine in it. Probably the toxicity is not so strong for an adult, but it's toxic for a child. Probably for a healthy person, that toxicity maybe makes a bit problem in the belly, maybe a bit of diarrhea. But if you have a sick person, probably it becomes vital. So therefore, knowing the toxic plant, identifying them clearly is so important. And you see the standards, how they are linked to safety. We have to have some standards, being aware about the standards, and we have to know perfectly the plants so that we can keep safety. Another very simple element of safety is whatever I harvest and I produce, I label immediately. I know when I harvest lavender, there is no way to mix it up with something else. It's clear it's lavender. But maybe I'm harvesting many plants and they're not so perfumed like lavender. And then when they're a little bit dry, they look the same. And there already you make a mix-up. So I label everything immediately with a piece of paper. And when I start to make tincture, I label them immediately. And to keep a safety standard, we recommend whenever you make tincture, produce one at a time. Finish the procedure, close the jar and label it, that you really know what is in there, that you're not mixing up with 2-3 tinctures you are preparing the same time, to be a bit more quicker, and then maybe somebody is interrupting you, there is maybe a phone call or something, and then the wrong label is on the wrong bottle. So therefore, one at a time, labeling immediately, labeling clearly, so it will be a help to keep safety and not to mix up. Sometimes on the end you cannot distinguish the mixer, and if it will happen that you did something wrong, you cannot use that product. You have to throw it away to keep safety. And then of course, whatever you produce, it has to be somewhere locked up. It should not be in reach of the hand of children or people who don't know what it is and don't know how to use it. It should be locked up, kept in a safe place. So we are practicing safety. Therefore again, study your procedures and look out for safety. Is there somewhere a safety hole? You can improve the procedures of harvesting, preparing and producing your remedies. On a point of safety, is there somewhere a weakness? So think about and improve your procedures, that you are safe right from the beginning until to the end.